YouTube, it's me, it's Michael B. Thank you so much for checking out the video. And in today's video, we got some really exciting news to share with you today. AtGames have an end of the month sale going on. We'll tell you what products you can save a little bit of cashola on. On top of that, they just released Twilight Zone, which may be their best Zen Studios release to date. On top of that, we've got some new hope in the home arcade space coming from some pretty unusual sources, as two teaser images have been thrown out with Evercade announcing something called the Alpha, and Buy Stuff Arcades also teasing something saying the home arcade space has been boring. So we'll talk a little bit about what we think those are. And then last but not least, completely out of left field, Atari has bought the Intellivision, and the Amico is still moving forward. What? So that's right, guys. In today's video, we got a ton of news to share with you. Some new hope, some new deals, and some just really strange news about Atari and Intellivision. That could be cool, who knows. Anyways, before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate the support. If this is your first time to the channel, you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. All that YouTube jazz. So first up, guys, you know, AtGames at the end of the last couple months, they've announced in their calendar that they have an end-of-month sale. We finally got details on what will be available, and it's all downloadable content, game packs, available for both the ALP HD and ALP 4K, which you can save about 15% on the game packs. So I know last time for the April sale, there was some Legends HD accessories that went up for sale as well. None this time. It's all specified around the online digital content, the game packs you can buy for both the ALP HD and ALP 4K. So the list is available online. You can go to the website, or you can actually check out their Facebook page, which lists off which games are available. I don't want to go into too much detail talking about it, but I will say keep in mind that the Zen Studios games are not included. So what you are looking at is Gottlieb, Taito, the Magic Pixel games. Those are on sale, 15% off, no Zen games. And before anybody complains and says, worst not ever, this is not a National Owners Day sale. This is just a monthly sale that AtGames are throwing to the end of the month. They don't even got to do. So if you don't think the discounts are good enough for you, don't buy. But if you are interested in picking up some of these games for a slight discount and you don't want to wait until the next National Owners Day, because there's no guarantees that the next National Owners Day will have better sales, you can pick them up here. Easy peasy. So for people looking to expand their 4K library, now may be a good time. And people, for some reason, if you don't already have these HD games on your ALP HD, pick them up. Now, in other AtGames news, one of the most exciting things about May so far has been the weekly Zen Studios releases. And this week, we may have got the best Zen Studios Pinball FX release on the AtGames Legends Pinball 4K to date with the Twilight Zone. So far, people in the community are saying, really good job. The graphics look much better than what they look like on Star Trek The Next Generation. Lag seems relatively minimal for most people. The community reception has been really positive. Now, this game was priced at $15 as opposed to the $5 with Attack from Mars. I'm sure there's, this is a new game. There's licensing involved, all that stuff, but you can take a look at it here. Here's the table. Take a look for yourself. I've had a chance to play it. I thought it was really good, but then again, I'm not that familiar with playing Twilight Zone through VPX, through Visual Pinball, or even playing the real pinball table, or pinball machine, so take that into consideration. So for those of you looking for some actual gameplay of the Twilight Zone on the AtGames Legends Pinball 4KP, you can go check out my live stream from yesterday afternoon. I had a chance to play it for about 45 minutes live on camera. It was my first experience, and I thought the table, or the game, played really well, but keep in mind, I've never played the real table. I don't have that much experience playing other versions through VPX, and playing it on my PC, I played it a bunch. I thought it worked worked pretty well. I didn't think the lag was very bad. I thought it looked good graphically, and it's overall a fun game. But again, watch as many people as you can to develop your own opinion before you're going to shell out the $15 to pick up the Twilight Zone. So a couple of days ago, we got an announcement from New Wave Toys on what the big reveal was they were doing with GRS Studios. And while since last September, we have been told this fairy tale about New Wave Toys possibly doing large-size cabs to compete with Arcade 1-Up, that's not what this announcement was. And this announcement is super cool. Excited for anybody looking to pick this up. Excited for Glenn, and I'm sure it'll be a great experience playing Golden Tee on your TV. But for those of us who wanted a Arcade 1-Up competitor, this isn't it. Although we did get some cool news that said New Wave Toys is doing that in the future, 2024 still seems a little bit barren. Well, out of nowhere, after that dick kick that we got with the New Wave Toys letdown, still cool, but letdown that it wasn't a home arcade, well, there might be a phoenix rising from the ashes, some new hope coming from some pretty unusual sources. First up is Buy Stuff Arcades, throwing up this teaser picture, which I think is the best teaser picture in all of home arcade. All you got to do is just take a product, throw a blanket over it, and say, all will be revealed soon. And everybody gets super amped and excited. We've seen Arcade 1-Up do it. We've seen AtGames do it. Now Buy Stuff's doing it. Now, for those of you not familiar, Buy Stuff are this amazing company that had this partnership with AtGames to bring their units into Canada. Eventually started making accessories for both Arcade 1-Up and AtGames. They do some really cool shit. I have a back box on my original ALP that is just completely badass and completely changes the experience that I would argue the ALP 4K back box is kind of modeled after. Anyways, they're teasing something. Listen to this. Home arcades in 2024 have been dull. No shit. Should we turn that upside down? Oh, what? So, we have no idea what this is. Could it be a replication arcade, something to compete with Arcade 1-Up? Probably not. I don't see Buy Stuff doing this, but for you multicade fans, I think this might be something exciting for you. That's my take on it. I think this is some kind of multicade coming from Buy Stuff Arcades. The cool thing is, they do their own art and wrapping, so you can probably get it done any way you want. So, exciting. We'll stay tuned and see what Buy Stuff is doing. But hold on, it looks like Buy Stuff aren't the other retro gaming company coming out of left field to do something that may be interesting for us home arcade fans, as Evercade have just announced the Evercade Alpha to be unveiled on the 30th of May, 17 o'clock BST. I don't know what that time is. British Standard Time, maybe? I have no idea. But look forward to the 30th of May. We're getting a big announcement from Evercade. Now, you're probably saying, well, Evercade, that's that handheld and console company. So it's probably just a new handheld or console, right? Well, I would usually agree with you. However, Evercade just announced a rebrand refresh on the VS and Evercade EXP handheld series, the R series, standing for Nostalgia, which leads me to believe that this isn't another version of either a handheld or a console, and it might be something completely different. And rumors had a while back placed Evercade with trying to do something arcade-based. So what is the Evercade Alpha? We have no idea yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be something a little bit different than we've already seen from Evercade. And one of the game collections they focus on and highly, showcase is their arcade collection. So something tells me this may be something arcade related that really plays into those cartridges and titles in the arcade lineup. What could it be? Maybe it's just a control deck to play with your VS so you can play Evercade arcade games with the right controls. Maybe it's something a little bit more exciting, but stay tuned May 30th to find out just exactly what this is. And in the most bizarre news of the day, exciting too, I mean, this is basically the equivalent of my generation, Nintendo acquiring Sega. That's how big this is. Atari acquires the Intellivision brand. So going forward, anything Atari anything Intellivision is going to be through Atari, and that's kind of a holy shit for the gaming generation right before me, going back to that era. I'm sure Glenn from GRS, Glenn's Retro Show, is going to do backflips about this. Anyways, purchase of Intellivision trademarks and games unites competing brands from the 70s and 80s. So guys, here's the thing. Uniting Atari and Intellivision after 45 years ends the longest running console war in history, said Mike Mika, studio head at Digital Eclipse, an Atari-owned game studio. So I want to talk about this. The purchase includes the rights to more than 200 titles from the Intellivision portfolio and the Intellivision trademark. So what's cool about that? On any Atari-related product or any Atari like home console version going forward, they can have both Atari and Intellivision games, or maybe Atari will take over the producing of new Intellivision licenses, or even think about the Atari Recharge series. Now maybe we'll see some Intellivision Recharge, so there's tons of opportunity there. The weird thing about this is we actually got some Amico news, which I found really strange. Atari has been a valuable partner, and we have every confidence they will be a responsible steward of the story Intellivision brand, said Phil Adams, CEO of Intellivision Entertainment. We look forward to our expanded collaboration and the prospect of bringing a broad array of new titles to the Amico family gaming platform. So I'm very confused by this. So I thought when Atari bought Intellivision, it was going to be more so focused on Atari stewarding, Intellivision going forward and what I just mentioned. But it looks like the Amico console is still going to be trucking along, and now Atari games might be on the Amico. I've never ever talked about the Amico on my channel because I've just never given a shit about it. I like, I have a history of liking Tommy Tallarico from when I was a kid because he was on Reviews in the Run here in Canada, but I haven't followed this thing at all because I haven't been interested. But I know it's one of those big controversial things. So seeing that Atari and Intellivision are teaming together here to continue making the Amico going forward, and then also bring Atari games to it. Really, really weird decision here. So to mark the occasion, new Intellivision t-shirts are available starting today on Atari.com. I might actually have to pick one of those up. I can't help myself. I love shit like that. So the t-shirts can be here. You just click on the link and it will bring you to... Oh, this is the media kit. Sorry, just 1 second. I've got them on the thing here. Here you can see it. Atari products. Here's your Intellivision shirts. You can buy directly from Atari. So you go into the products page and you get to choose. You either get the white one, which is what I would suggest. The black one doesn't have much to it, but the white one has the blue logo with the pink man. Ooh, they got 3XL available for fat guys like me, so looks like I am getting an Intellivision shirt. Anyways, Atari buys Intellivision. I did not have this on my bingo card this year, but again, for people wondering what this is like, it's the equivalent of Nintendo buying Sega for my generation, or the generation probably after me. It's the equivalent of Sony PlayStation buying Xbox. So huge news, probably something that you wasn't even on your radar. And then the news about the Amico, very, very strange. So anyways, guys, that's all the news I wanted to talk about today. Some fun stuff coming from AtGames, of course, with the May sale. 15% off, opportunity to pick up some of these pinball games you may have missed out on. No Zen Studio releases, of course, for you 4K fans, but you can fill out the rest of your library at 15% off. And for Legends HD fans, Pinball HD fans, it's a chance to pick up all those games available for that platform at a slight discount if you haven't already grabbed them. Top of that, Twilight Zone came out. Great reviews on it so far. I've experienced some gameplay. I think it's pretty good, but of course, go check out every available source and decide for yourself. On top of that, we have some hope in the home arcade space. Of course, Buy Stuff Arcades. I think this is going to be a multicade. I would be absolutely shocked if it's not. And then with Evercade, it might be nothing. It might just be a controller that plugs into your VS. Time will tell on the 30th. And last but not least, what we just covered, Intellivision is purchased by Atari, and the thing I'm probably most excited for is I'm going to buy an Intellivision shirt. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of all this news? Is this anything out there really stand out to you you're excited about? I know some people are going to chirp me and say, these AtGames nod sales are terrible. Again, not nod, just an end of the month sale. Anyways, let me know down in the comments below what news you're excited about, not excited about. I appreciate all the feedback and the engagement from you guys. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. Tell your friends about me. This is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time.